Happy 2020 everyone, it's John Moncrief and I want to talk to you today about my 3 words for 2020. So back in 2011 I started to use this idea of having 3 words every year that would guide all my actions and my choices through the year ahead. And I came across this reading an article by a guy named Chris Brogan, and the blog post was entitled Your 3 Goals for 2009. And I was looking for an alternative to the usual New Year's resolution. They just weren't working for me. So I came across this blog post, and he had 3 words that he used every single year, 3 different words that he used every single year to guide all of his efforts through that year ahead. And I thought, great, I'll give this a try. So that was 9 years ago. And I've used the technique ever since. It's something that really helps me stay on track each year. And this will be year number 10. So it kind of seems fitting that as I go into 2020 and in a whole new decade, I'm setting myself up using this technique that I learned from Chris all those years ago. So what's it all about? Well, the idea of the 3 words is pretty simple. You basically choose 3 very simple, straightforward words, and I'll give you some guidelines on how to choose them in a moment, to guide your day-to-day actions. And when you find yourself kind of wondering about, should I be taking on this new project, or should I be getting involved in this, you can use those 3 words to check if there's alignment. So, should I take on this new project? Well, does it fit with my 3 words for the year? And if it doesn't, then the answer's self-explanatory, no. If it does fit, then great, get out there and pursue it. So how do you choose the words? Well, back in 2011, I went off and I chose my first 3 words. I had a read through Chris's article, and I came up with exit, I came up with coach, and I came up with systems. At the time, and for a couple of years before, I'd been thinking about selling my business. And for a period, I'd kind of been unsure, like, do I want to exit? Don't I want to exit? Is the business ready to sell? There were these questions in my head. So I sat down and I came up with these 3 words, exit, coach, systems. And I knew that during 2011, I wanted to get the business ready to exit. So every time I kind of came up with a new project or thought about something, I was thinking to myself, does this line up with this guiding light, or this word exit? I also wanted to coach my management team to make sure that they're ready, and I wanted the systems in place to make sure that the business could run independently of me. So everything I was doing through that year, through 2011, was geared toward making sure there were systems in place, making sure the leadership team or the management team was coached into a leadership team, and that the business was ready to be sold, and that I could exit. At the end of the day, I ended up selling the business off to different people in the management team, and I think a lot of what I did and the work I did around those words helped me to make that a reality. So over the years, I've kind of picked up ways of choosing right words and wrong words. Most of that from Chris's advice. As it comes to the end of the year and I'm starting to set up my own words, I'll kind of go and see what Chris has written and what he's prepared for the year ahead. But there are a few things that are going to help you along the way, and as I say, most of this is coming directly from Chris. So number 1, and this is something that I've learned along the way, make sure you choose a word or choose words that are easy to remember. Back in 2018, I went with the Japanese word mochu. It was all about networking, and I had to keep reminding myself what this word was and kept forgetting what it was. So really choose words that you can remember and that are easy. Number 2, don't make it a phrase. Then it just, I guess, becomes like a New Year's resolution, like I'm going to run a marathon or I'm going to write a book. find a word. So I'm going to write a book. I wanted to become a better writer. So back in 2015, I chose the word writer because I wanted to learn how to write better. I wanted to do courses. I really wanted to work on my writing. So one of my words for that year was writer, and I just kind of kept thinking about it, kept working on becoming a better writer, and it helped me. It was fairly straightforward and easy. Then in 2017, I actually started writing a book. I was living in Italy at the time and on a bit of a sabbatical, and I wanted to write a book that had this Hunter S. Thompson gonzo kind of feel. So I actually took the word gonzo and I used that as one of my words. It didn't necessarily have to mean anything to anybody else. You know, I knew what gonzo meant. I knew what a gonzo style writing was, and that guided me in terms of writing that book, which I might add is still lying in the drawer down here, unpublished, but who knows, one of these days. So the other thing that Chris suggests is that you make the words actionable. For example, expand is better than bigger. He probably has a good point here, but it's not something that I've had a particular challenge with. So, maybe think about that. Stick with the same 3 words for the year. I have not gone off my 3 words. I've found my words. I've stuck with them. I've taken time to decide what those words are. Chris has apparently changed his words, and in his own words, it has mucked up the year. So, good idea to stick to the words that you choose at the beginning of the year. The words don't have to mean anything to anybody else. Like, I'm sure some folks know what gonzo is, but it meant something to me. So you don't have to spend your time explaining the words or explaining your words. However, I find that quite good fun, good topic for conversation. There's not many people who go out there and use this idea of the 3 words. So if you end up sitting over dinner and saying, hey, what's your New Year's resolution? Well, I have 3 words. And you start talking about your words, great opportunity to strike up an interesting conversation and work around the table on everybody else's 3 words. And then Chris also suggests that the more utilitarian the word is, the better. Again, hasn't been a big issue for me, but it certainly has made a difference for him, and he's got 15 odd years on creating the words. Every year he's putting his words together. I've included a list of my 3 words since 2011, so for the past 9 years. As I said, this is year number 10, new decade, 3 new words. And with that said, drum roll, my words are momentum. This one's really simple. This year is all about getting stuff done, keeping momentum, and just kind of moving forward day on every single day, day in, day out. I have a whole lot of goals up on my battle board behind us here, and what I want to be doing is, there's some big goals up there. I want to be making progress on those every single day. So whether it's filming a video like this, writing a blog post, interviewing entrepreneurs for podcasts or for the book that I'm working on, every day I want to be doing something that's keeping the momentum and moving me forward. So big one for me this year, momentum. Next one is inspire. Everything I do, my purpose in life is to inspire entrepreneurs to find the freedom that they were looking for when they set out on this entrepreneurial journey. And that's really important to me. It ties into my sense of purpose. I spend my time learning and reading and listening to entrepreneurs, and I want to share and I want to inspire you folks to do your best, to build the businesses that you want to build healthy, valuable businesses. So everything I'm doing here is to inspire you to go to the next level. And another big one for me this year, to just keep inspiring, keep working at that. And then the third one is ritual. I've discovered this particularly in the last few months, without some kind of day-to-day kind of structure, some kind of operational tempo to my day. This is what I do when I wake up. That's what I do then, and that's what I do then, and this time's reserved for that, and that time's reserved for that. I just find that I'm not productive. I need to keep my energy up. I really want to stay joyous. And having that daily tempo, having that ritual in my day, and it's not just about the day and the ritual in the day, it's the things that I do in that time. So like getting out and working out 4 times a week, making sure that's built into my weekly ritual. What else is it? Eating healthy, making sure that I'm sticking to a plant-based diet and eating plant-based for the majority of the time. Making sure that I set aside time for meditation, that I'm meditating every day, that I'm carving out time to kind of learn and explore and to share, that I can create things, having time to create things with and share things with other people. Just finding time to spend with family and friends, and making sure that I block out that time, that I can stay in the moment and be in the moment with them. Creating moments rather than ticking off hours. And without that ritual, I find that it just becomes a big mess. So I want to have, I want to stick to a ritual this year and have that in my day and my weeks and my months, to make sure that I have the energy I need to do the things that I want to do, and that I'm in this kind of joyous state all the time. Now, it's all great creating the words. Remember, I told you that Manchu one I kind of forgot, and there's been years that have been bad and there's been years that have been good. What I found is that you need to use the words daily. So I stick them up on my monitor on my desk. I used to put them on my phone and have these alerts that came up, but I started ignoring the alerts. Whereas if I have a card on my monitor and it's here your words are, that's what you're focusing on. I've got momentum, inspire, ritual right there in front of me, and then they're on the battle board behind me. I'm very conscious of them the whole day long, and then when I'm out running, I'm kind of thinking them through. Am I working on this? Does it line up with my 3 words for the year? When I meditate, I kind of take time to think about them when I'm walking to the office. So they're really built into my daily routine. Now, what I want to do is challenge you to come up with your 3 words for 2020. I've been doing this for a decade, and it's a hell of a lot better than the old traditional New Year's resolution, which by January is out the window. So, challenge you to find the time to come up with 3 words for 2020. 3 words that are going to guide your actions, guide your decisions through this year, and really keep you on track to get the things done that you want to do this year. And then once you've done them, share them with everybody else using Chris Brogan has a hashtag, and it is hashtag my 3 words. So create your 3 words, and then whether you put them out on Twitter, out on Instagram, Facebook, do a blog post on your website, hashtag my 3 words, get it out there, share it with everyone. Chris Brogan, if you're listening, or if you ever happen to stumble across this video, I just want to thank you for this tool. For me, it's been amazing. I've used it for a decade, and I look forward to using it for the decade ahead. Haven't had a New Year's resolution for 10 years, thanks to you. So really appreciate that. Don't forget, subscribe somewhere up there. Some great inspiring stuff coming out this year. And if you've got any comments, you want to talk about it, hey, put the comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Put your 3 words in. Love to hear what they are as well.